Task 2 is a two-parter. You're going to be creating a pitch and an accompanying proposal outlining your final major project idea. This will cover criteria 2.2 for Unit 8. Let's take a look. So, Task 1 research. We look into 5 inspirations that inform your FMP. Will be followed by this, Task 2 pitch and proposal. So, before you can start your project, it's really important that you clarify your ideas. You crystallize your concept and you put it down in a way that can be looked at, critiqued, reflected upon by your teachers. So, we want to make sure that it is suitable, ultimately, in terms of complexity, in terms of difficulty, in terms of the length it will take you, in terms of time to complete it. It's important to ensure the following. I want to make sure that it is realistic, your project, in terms of your skills you've demonstrated thus far, time, resource, ability, in terms of you achieving your goals, but also ambitious enough that it aligns with my expectations in terms of what you can achieve. I have been giving you pointers throughout all of the 7 units you've completed so far, which lets you know what sort of grade I think you should be working towards for the final major project. Speak to me in class or on Google Chat if you want further clarification about what I think you can achieve for the final major project based on your work so far. Bits in your feedback. You can see it at any point in Google Classroom. I want to make sure that your pitch and proposal outline a final major project that is suitably ambitious and meets our expectations of what you can achieve to get the highest possible grade. In your pitch, we want you to think about the planning of the project. How are you going to plan it? What job roles are within the project? Actors, camera, cinematographer, recce, risk assessments coordinator. Are you going to have somebody in charge of costume and makeup? Are you going to have somebody in charge of sound and audio and Foley? What are the job roles within your FMP? Identify them. Be specific. What production and market research have you got to undertake alongside this project and to underpin what you're going to be doing? So what I mean by that is, what research have you got to show me you've looked into the process of making something like what you're going to be making? Again, this will help. You've looked into 5 examples, haven't you? Hence why we do task 1 first, then task 2. What research have you got to show me in your pitch that shows you understand what activities are to be undertaken, what the expectations are in making a project like this? I want you to identify in your pitch an audience that this is suitable for, a method of feedback so you can assess the success of the project. So are you going to show test footage to people to get feedback? Are you going to use online forums? Are you going to be showing it to focus groups? Are you going to be having surveys with the year 2 students to get feedback on your work at different intervals? Are you going to be having one-to-ones with a teacher? Perhaps. How are you going to be getting feedback throughout the process to ensure that you are assessing the success of the project, reflecting the whole way through? That evaluative, critical thinking approach is what we're really keen to see you show through the process, not just at the end. What distribution platform is it going to be on? Is it going to be sent out to festivals? Is it going to be online on a website? Is it going to be on a client's website? Is it going to be in our end of year exhibition. It will be in our end of year exhibition, so please mention that. But what other distribution platform is it intended for? Think about the sort of media you're creating and what platform it is appropriate to be displayed on. It's important that you expect to be asked a lot of questions by Amanda, Michael, Richard, or myself, whoever you present your final major project pitch to. I'll say that again. Expect to be asked a lot of questions, so come prepared. It's crucial that you are open to this feedback and come away from the pitch with, well, post-its or at least notes in relation to what you need to consider, reflect on, and maybe change about your idea. For your pitch, think about using images, screenshots, GIFs, mood boards, ways to illustrate and visualize and articulate your concept, sketches, word clouds, whatever you feel is appropriate to articulate and share your idea with us. The submission evidence for the pitch and proposal is, of course, the pitch, which I'll be recording for assessment purposes, and the slides, but also this, a proposal document. And you might be wondering what the proposal document is. So, let me show you. I've created this for you. This proposal document will provide a scaffold, as it were, for you to flesh out your idea, your concepts. Your student name, of course, goes here. Project title goes here. The rationale is here, 100 words. In this section, you'll be providing us with an overview, as it were, of your idea, and you'll be reflecting on, reviewing and summarising what you've achieved in the last 7 projects, what knowledge and skills and understanding you feel you have shown good skill and good understanding and good knowledge within. What have you acquired over the last 7 units? What skills would you want to develop further here based on those 7 units? It's important you reflect on that in this 100 words in the rationale, because the rationale is about justifying, rationalising, clarifying why your project's going to be the way it is. A rationale as to what you're going to be doing. Think about what you know now, what it means to you compared to when you started the course, how you've developed, and how this has influenced your choice for what you're going to do in the FMP. Rationalise what you're doing based on what you've learned over the last 7 units and what you want to be focusing on in your chosen area for the FMP. Once you've done that, you get to flesh out the concept a bit more. Now, the project concept is 200 words, and here you get to clearly explain in detail the aims of your project, what the concept is, what it is you're going to be making, telling me about the research that underpins it. Again, task 1 research will give you your 5 examples as to how you're going to be extracting inspiration from those 5 artifacts at least that you identified in task 1, and how it develops and underpins what you're going to be producing. Tell us in the project concept area as well about the types of resources that you're going to be needing, facilities, rooms, people, and give us an indication of the way in which you're going to be completing and presenting your project. So again, what platform is it intended for? What is the stage, site, online platform you're going to be using to display your work, as well as the end of year exhibition, of course, which is an expectation for all of our students in games, media, and arts. Within the allotted timescale, tell us what you are going to be creating. Justify here how it is suitable for the allotted timescale. By writing it out, you might reflect and think, actually, it's too ambitious what I've got. Or I might come back to you and suggest it's too ambitious. The project concept gives you an opportunity to reflect, think deeply about your project, the research and ideas that underpin it in a way that is succinct, clear, and professional. There are previous year's students' proposals available for you to look at. The evaluation section provides you an opportunity to explain how you're going to reflect on and evaluate your work throughout the process, not just at the end, but throughout, as an ongoing activity. Describe how you intend to record your decision making. Is it going to be weekly vlogs or podcasts or text posts? How are you going to document your changes to your ideas, because there will be changes to your ideas as the project progresses? The process is what I'm interested in here. Remember that, the process. I want to see the iterations and the changes and the developments and the problem solving, not just the end product, the story, the process. How are you going to tell us about that throughout? How are you going to evaluate? You've got 50 words to articulate that here. In the proposed research sources and bibliography section, you have an opportunity to record your research here. Books, journals, films, TV shows, magazines, websites, whatever it might be. Listing them here. The sources that you're using to inform and influence your FMP. You will have at least 5 to put in from your task 1 research, but there will be other sources as the project evolves, and they all go here. Where appropriate, you should use the Harvard system of referencing. This is something that Amanda and Michael will be helping you with in class. I will, of course, help you as well. The bibliography, which is the list of sources, alphabetical order, should be continuously updated as the project progresses. The Harvard system is the professional university system of showing your referencing. Again, we will show you this in class. At the very bottom here is a project action plan and timetable, where I want to see how you are organising the project. You can add in rows by right-clicking and inserting rows, as many as you need, to outline how you're going to organise the project, what activity you're doing, what resources you need. Those students who have a good action plan tend to have the best projects. In my 13 years of working with media students and my numerous years working in industry as well, planning ultimately sets you up for the best possible outcomes and minimises risks of things going less than well and badly. So, plan. Please plan. It's important you do. Tell me what you're going to be doing in terms of independent study, attending FMP workshops, working outside of lesson time blocking a Tuesday evening, 2 hours every week for the next 3 months to focus on your FMP. You can do this. Find time in your calendar, and I'll be helping you to do this, that suits you and your life. It's crucial you do this. Time spent sourcing materials, practicing on software. I want to see it all. I want to see all the planning. This is a living, breathing document, of course. The action plan. But the first part of it, project proposal, this part here, we can work on this over the next couple of weeks. And I'm saying this on the 15th of March. So up until April, we can get this done, can't we? And our task 1 research, which gives us April and May to really get on with the planning and the actual production of your FMP. I want you to focus on getting this project proposal fleshed out, a good draft, and I, alongside Amanda and Michael and Richard, can help you compare your work to those of last year's students and see how your project is developing. This star section here, the action plan, is constantly evolving. You're adding to this the whole time throughout the process. What you're doing each week, I'll help you with that in class. Okay, quite a long video again, but hopefully you understand why I make them long. I want to give you the detail so you can reflect and rewind, revisit on demand. Any questions, as always, please let me know. But just to recap, task 2, pitch and proposal, asks you to do the following. To submit your pitch, which you'll be presenting to myself, Amanda, Michael, or Richard. We'll record it and we'll take in your slides as evidence and a proposal document as well, using the template I have provided. Both of those deliverables will cover the 2.2 criteria for Unit 8, which shows you effectively communicating with an audience. Any questions, as always, contact me on Google Chat or arrange a one-to-one meeting with me. Good luck.